This is the Coraline crochet pullover pattern. This beautiful raglan yoke pullover begins at the neck edge and is worked top down in a seamless construction. The sleeves are also seamless as they are picked up and worked right into the armhole openings from the yoke. The entire pullover is worked in the round. This pattern comes in 5 sizes ranging from 36 inches to 56-inch bust and requires a variety of yardage in number 3 DK weight yarn. The smallest size needs 852 yards and the largest size needs 1274 yards. When you follow the link in the video description to the pattern, it will tell you all of this, and my sample is shown in Be So Baby yarn, which is a number 3 DK weight yarn as well. And I used a G6 or 4mm crochet hook and achieved a gauge of every pattern repeat being 2 inches wide after blocking. The pattern begins at the yoke and is worked in a top-down construction. So we're going to start with a setup round. You can tie your yarn to your crochet hook with a slip knot, a square knot, it does not matter, whatever works best for you. And we're going to start with a chain 4. Then double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook. You don't count the loop on your hook, that's your working loop, so we'll count back 1, 2, 3, and 4. Double crochet is yarn over your hook, insert your hook in the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. That's 1 foundation oval. Let's do that again. Chain 4. And double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook, counting back 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I've done 2 foundation ovals. You want to refer to the pattern to see how many foundation ovals you'll need because each side has a different amount. I did 20 foundation ovals for the setup round because I'm showing you the example of the smallest size, but please make sure you refer to the pattern, which is linked in the video description, to know how many ovals you need for your setup round for whichever size you're making. Once you make the correct number of ovals, you want to slip stitch to the 1st chain at the beginning of the round to join, making sure that you don't twist your setup round of foundation ovals and that your work should look like this. Round 1 is going to be slightly different based on whichever size you're making, so make sure you refer back to the pattern. However, I will show you the fundamentals of it by showing you how to do this on the smallest size, which is size 36. So round 1 begins with a chain 4, which counts as your first treble crochet. Then in the 1st foundation oval here, we're going to work treble crochet, chain 5, 2 treble crochets. Treble crochet is yarn over twice. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, chain 5, and then 2 more treble crochets in that same space. Okay, then in the next foundation oval, we're going to work 11 double crochets, yarn over your hook, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that a total of 11 times in that same oval. Then single crochet in the next foundation oval. Single crochets, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to repeat the 11 double crochets in the next foundation oval and single in the next foundation oval 2 more times, like this, and then work 11 double crochets in the next foundation oval again. And then in the next foundation oval, work 2 treble crochet, chain 5, 2 treble crochet. Then 11 double crochets in the next foundation oval, like this, and then 2 treble, chain 5, 2 treble in the next foundation oval. And so now we have our first raglan corner front or back, second raglan corner, one sleeve, raglan corner, and now we're going to repeat this one more time around. At the end of round 1, you want to slip stitch to join to the top of the chain 4 at the beginning of the round to join. And this would be a good time to set your work down first before doing that to make sure that your work is not twisted. Because even though I mentioned it at the end of the setup round, at the end of round 1 is another chance where you could mistakenly twist your work before joining. So make sure it's all facing front, and then you can slip stitch to the top of the chain 4. Depending on which size you're making, the pattern will tell you how many shells you're supposed to have at the end of round 1. And I'm just going to set my work down again now so I can show you what we have here. We have a front and back, doesn't matter which is which, and we have 2 sleeves, doesn't matter which is which. So it's symmetrical from front to back, and it's symmetrical for each sleeve. And again, this would be different numbers because there can be different sizes for round 1. Round 2 is going to begin with a chain 1 and single crochet in the top of the first stitch and the top of the next stitch, chain 5, single crochet in each of the next 2 treble crochets, like that, chain 5, skip the next 3 double crochets, single crochet in the next double crochet, chain 3, skip the next 3 double crochets and single crochet in the next double crochet, chain 5, skip the next 7 double crochets, single crochet in the next double crochet, not 7 double crochets, 7 stitches. That's 3 doubles, 1 single, 3 doubles, so it's a total of 7 stitches. And we're going to repeat this across to the next raglan corner. Okay, then on our last chain 5 before the corner, it's chain 5, skip 3 stitches, 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 treble crochets, chain 5, skip the chain 5 and 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 treble crochets. Then over the next sleeve, it's chain 5, skip 3 double crochets and single crochet in the next, chain 3, skip 3 stitches, single crochet in the next, chain 5. Again, this repeat is slightly different depending on which size you're making. And then on your last repeat over the sleeve, it's skip 3 stitches and 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 treble crochets, chain 5, 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 treble crochets. I'm going to set my work down here now because what we've done so far is worked across one of the front and back and one of the sleeves. You want to repeat this one more time again around. At the end of the last repeat, chain 5 and slip stitch to the first single crochet at the beginning of the round to join. And this is what your work should look like at the end of round 2. Round 3 begins with a chain 4, which counts as a treble crochet. And then in this next chain 5 space, we're going to work treble crochet, chain 5, and 2 treble crochets. Then in the next chain 5 space, work 11 double crochets. And then we're going to single crochet in the center double crochet 2 rows below. So there's a chain 3 here, and that chain 3 was over 3 skipped double crochets. So what you want to do is find that center one of the 3 under the chain 3 on the row below. So we're working into the stitch 2 rounds below. Insert your crochet hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So it's a single crochet in that center double crochet 2 rows below, and you want to repeat the 11 double crochets in the next chain 5 space and single crochet in the center double crochet 2 rows below. You want to repeat that across to the next raglan corner. Okay, so we did 11 double crochets single, 11 single, 11 single, then 11 double crochets in the last chain 5 space before the next raglan corner. Then in this chain 5 space between the 2 singles on each side of it, we're going to work 2 treble crochet, chain 5, 2 treble crochet. Then across the sleeve, we'll do the same thing we did across the front, which is going to be 11 doubles in the chain 5, single in the center double, and you'll repeat that across to the next corner. And so for the rest of the round, it's 11 double crochets in chain 5 spaces, single crochet in the center double, 2 rounds below. You repeat that as many times as you need in between the raglan corners, and then in each raglan corner work 2 treble crochet, chain 5, 2 treble crochet. This is what your work should look like at the end of round 3, and you want to slip stitch to the top of the chain 4 at the beginning of the round to join. Round 4 is going to be a repeat of round 2. It's chain 1, single crochet in each of the next 2 treble crochets, chain 5, single crochet in each of the next 2 treble crochets, chain 5, skip 3 doubles, single crochet in the next double, chain 3, skip 3 doubles, single crochet in the next double, chain 5, skip 7, single crochet in the next double, chain 3, and you want to repeat this across to the next raglan corner. And chain 5, skip the next 3 stitches, and then over the next corner work 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 trebles, chain 5, and 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 trebles. And you're going to work in this established pattern all the way around. At the end of the last repeat, it's chain 5, skip 3 double crochets, and slip stitch to the first single crochet at the beginning of the round to join. And this is what your work should look like at the end of round 4. And you may have noticed already that our pattern repeat for this yoke is to repeat rounds 3 and 4 because they are growing. Obviously, that changes the stitch count at the end of each row, and the pattern writes out in detail how to work each of the subsequent increasing rounds in the yoke. However, it's really important to me that I show you that it's still easy to modify a pattern like this. So I'm going to show you how to do the separate body and sleeves round on a different round, just to show you that as long as you end your yoke on a repeat of that round 4 where you've got your chain spaces instead of your shells, any round like that will work for separating body and sleeves. Again, follow the pattern for whichever size you're making, but if you want to understand the concept behind it, I'm going to show you that on this one here. So if you go to the pattern where it says separate body and sleeves, this is how we do that first round. And keep in mind, we've got those 4 raglan corners here, right? And then we have our front and back and our 2 sleeves. So conceptually what we're going to be doing is working across one of the front or back pieces to that raglan corner, then skipping the sleeves and working in the round across this front or back piece, then skipping these sleeve stitches, and then joining in the round so that we've skipped the sleeves, made the armholes, and working in the round for the body. So let me show you what that looks like now. So that first round is to slip stitch into that first chain 5 space, which is that raglan chain 5 space. That's all we're going to do in that chain 5. Then working in our established pattern, work 11 double crochets in the next chain 5 space. Should look like that, and then single crochet in the center double crochet 2 rounds below, and you want to repeat this across to the next raglan corner. Okay, so we've worked from one raglan corner across one of the body side sections, and now we're up to our next raglan corner. We're going to single crochet in this next chain 5 space from this raglan, skip the sleeve stitches and slip stitch in the chain 5 space of the next raglan corner. So it's single crochet in this one, skip the sleeve stitches, and then slip stitch in that next chain 5 raglan corner. And by doing that, we've skipped those stitches to create an armhole opening. And now across the second half of the body, or the second wider section, we'll work in our established pattern of 11 double crochets in each chain 5 space and 1 single crochet in the center double crochet 2 rounds below. And you want to repeat that across to the next raglan corner. So we've made our way across the second half of the body stitches, and so we will single crochet in the next chain 5 space of the next raglan corner, skip all of the stitches across the second sleeve, and slip stitch into the slip stitch at the beginning of the round to join. And so that's how we separate the body and the sleeves. So now we have 2 armhole openings, and we have our body section worked in the round now. So there's our neck hole opening. We've done our increases to create 2 arms and 1 body. So now I'm going to show you how to work this stitch pattern even in the round for the lower body. So round 1 of the body is to slip stitch across each of the next 3 double crochets, and then slip stitch into the 4th one as well, chain 1 and single crochet in that same stitch, chain 3, skip the next 3 double crochets and single crochet in the next double crochet, chain 5, skip the next 7 stitches and single crochet in the next double crochet, chain 3. We're going to be just completely ignoring the slip stitches on the previous round, and we're only going to be counting the double crochets and the single crochets as stitches as we work in this established pattern around. So you want to repeat this all the way around. And this is what I'm talking about. Remember when we did a single crochet and a slip stitch on the previous round? We're going to skip the slip stitch and just count that single. So when we do a chain 5 across that joining section here, it's going to be skip 3 doubles, skip the single, ignore the slip stitch, skip 3 doubles, and then single crochet in the next double. And that's how we'll continue on in our established pattern underneath the armhole opening to work our body section in the round. At the end of the last repeat, we're going to work the last chain 5 space a little differently. It's going to be a chain 2, skip the next 7 stitches, and then double crochet to the first single crochet at the beginning of the round to join. And so that chain 2 double crochet ends up counting as our last chain 5 space. And that's what your work should look like at the end of round 1 of the body. Round 2 begins with a chain 3 that counts as a double crochet. And then we're going to work 5 more double crochets in that same chain 5 space. Then single crochet in the center double crochet 2 rows below, and 11 double crochets in the next chain 5 space. And you want to repeat this all the way around. So when we get to the last repeat here, you'll notice that the last shell was partially worked at the beginning of the round. So we did a chain 3 that counted as a double and 5 more doubles. Well, that's 6. From 11, that means we need to do 5 more double crochets in that same chain 5 space. And then slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 at the beginning of the round to join. And this is what your body should look like at the end of round 2. Round 3 of the body is to slip stitch across the next 2 double crochets, chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch, chain 5, skip 7 stitches and single crochet in the next, chain 3, skip 3 stitches and single crochet in the next double crochet. You want to repeat this all the way around. At the end of the last repeat, it is chain 3, skip 3 stitches and slip stitch to the first single crochet at the beginning of the round to join. To begin round 4, you want to slip stitch into the chain 3 space, into the chain 5 space, chain 3 counts as your first double crochet and 10 double crochets in the same space. Single crochet in the center double crochet 2 rounds below, and 11 double crochets in the next chain 5 space. You want to repeat this all the way around. At the end of the last repeat, you want to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 at the beginning of the round to join, and this is what your work should look like at the end of the round 4 or 4th round of the body. Round 5, we're going to slip stitch across each of the next 3 double crochets, chain 1 and single crochet in the same double crochet, chain 3, skip the next 3 double crochets and single crochet in the next, chain 5, skip the next 7 double crochets and single crochet in the next. And you want to repeat this all the way around. At the end of the last repeat and the last chain 5, you want to slip stitch to the first single crochet at the beginning of the round to join. And this is what your work should look like on after the 5th round of the body stitch pattern. Round 6 begins with a slip stitch into the first chain 3 space, chain 1, and single crochet into the center double crochet 2 rounds below, then 11 double crochets in the next chain 5 space, and you want to repeat this all the way around. At the end of the last repeat, you want to slip stitch to the first single crochet at the beginning of the round to join, and this is what your work should look like at the end of round 6 of the body pattern. At this point, you want to continue in the established pattern of repeating rounds 5 and 6 for the desired length of the top. At that point, you would fasten off, and the sleeves are going to be worked the exact same way as the body. The only thing is you'll need to know where to begin the sleeve. So remember when we separated the body from the sleeves and we did a slip stitch and a single crochet as we skipped these sleeve stitches? You want to join with a slip stitch in that single crochet at the underarm position. Then chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet, and work 5 more double crochets in that same stitch. Single crochet in the next chain 5 space, 11 double crochets in the next chain 5 space, single crochet in the center double crochet 2 rounds below, and you want to repeat this all the way around. Single crochet in the last chain 5 space, and then work 5 additional double crochets in that first single crochet at the beginning of the round. And slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 at the beginning of the round to join. And from there, you're going to work the sleeve even in the round, same as we did for the body.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, please leave them for me in the comments. Everything we talked about today, you can find as links in the video description below. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you in the next video.